Greeting guys, it's your girl Americana and Americana'stouch.
I welcome you all to 2026, the year of tax. All of us are going to pay tax and we must talk about it. We must understand it to the letter. So I was listening to Mr. Taiwo, the committee chairman of the tax reform law on channels the other day. He was explaining that the new tax law is pro-poor, pro-business, pro-growth and what have you. Well, according to the new tax law reform, 800,000 is the threshold for taxable income. But looking at the international standard of poverty, 1.6 million to 3.6 million is, if you are earning that yearly, you are considered as extremely poor. You are among the extremely poverty people. So make it make sense. If you say the new law is saying 800 is the threshold, how then is poor people exempted from this law? Anyways, let's listen to Don Azza. He has a way of giving us clarity and better understanding. You listen and get it right.
By yourself as a judge, you say you are exempted. If you want me to be exempted, you go put down as part of the law. Listen to him here.
Data will help us to ensure that, one, we know who is truly poor and protect them and exempt them completely from paying taxes.
So this is a poor man protection policy.
It's a pro-poor,
Okay.
pro-business, and pro-growth and equity and fairness.
You hear that? As you can see also, households any 250k or less monthly will pay tax. Oyedele said that under the new tax laws, Nigerian households any 250k or less per month are classified as poor and exempted from paying taxes. What I'm looking at salary earners, so no be people wey get company, no be limited though. Poor people will pay tax. In short, poor person no get limited liability company. More continue. If you multiply this by 12 is 3 million naira. I will ask you which money they talk say they no go pay tax on. No be 800k. Say 800k they go deduct am, abi? I say is 3 million naira. 3 million naira. Is it not above 800k? That means you go remove this one from here. The poor will pay tax. I'm coming. There is a standard of defining poverty all across the world. Okay? There's an organization called IMF. Another one they call World Bank. They get value when they define poverty. Okay? Not emotional messaging. Now, tax reform. Because if you are saying poor people no go pay tax, it's emotional message. For the simple, income above 800k is taxed with few exceptions. Nothing more, nothing less. Facts, figures should guide policy. While they were making the policy, they should have used facts and figures, not feelings or emotional control. Okay? Now, let's start. One, what is poverty? International definition of poverty. You can't change it. Or let's say Nigeria, we know they're part of the world again. Official reference. The World Bank defines poverty using money figures, not emotions or politics. Source, World Bank Global Poverty Line, which was updated recently. Now we won't use for this definition. Extreme poverty, daily first, daily money, when person will say you dey extremely poor, they earn according to the standard. Now $3 per person per day. If they earn $3 per day, you are extremely poor. Okay? Convert to naira for daily understanding. That is $1 at this rate. It means now 4,350 per day. Now if person they earn, or go consider you say you dey extremely poor. Anyone, any around this amount, 4,000 to 4,500 per day or less, is in extreme poverty by international standard. Okay? Convert extreme poverty to annual income now. It means $3 multiplied by 365 days. Abi? That is 1,095 per year. Okay? It means 1,590,000 naira. Now if person where they extremely poor they earn or below, if you they earn this amount, forget how they do like this, you are extremely poor. Okay, not just poverty, extreme. Anyone any below this amount, that is 1.6 million per year, is in extreme poverty. So this law they tax not just poor people, it they tax extremely poor people. Extremely poor. No we go copy European tax method. You know copy what they define poverty. What they tell us say poor people no go pay tax. No. If you say you no good for them, no need to color code them or sugar coat them. If you put that for inside the law, increase the threshold, get the point now. They go pay extremely poor people. You guys, what is considered poor internationally daily for extremely poor people? Now 4,400 per day approximately. Okay, between 4,400 now be poor. Above this, you don't move out of poverty. Say they earn around 10k, 9,900. All of the push you come out for poverty. Now be that. Okay. Let's start monthly. For monthly, if they earn below this amount, 133,000, you are extremely poor according to one bank where they borrow us money, where they encourage us more collectors. If they earn between this amount by month, we say you are poor. Above this 300,000, you are moving out of poverty. For yearly, if they earn 1.6 million and below, you are extremely poor. This amount, they people where they go tax So this law, it tax extremely poor people. 1.6 to 3.6 per year, now be poor. You feel your own definition, you feel your emotion. But if you don't do any academic research before, I don't know if there is another way of defining poverty. If you correct me in the comment section. Because this poverty capital of the world, now this is really defined above, they are above 800,000. So when Oga Taiwo they talk say, poor people no go pay. No make us sweet. They go pay. These are poor people. They are poor. This is not Nigerians' opinion, okay? No be our country opinion. This is the World Bank international standard. How they define poverty. If you say are they wrong, correct me in the comment section. We dey learn, we dey classroom. Let's use annual income to define poverty. This is very important. The World Bank defines poverty per year, not by vibes. So we can say clearly, anyone earning around 1.6 million per year or less is poor by international definition. This is the base fact. The base fact. This law, when they create the law, no be Taiwo Oyedele, no be the committee member, no be FRS members, no. The law where House of Assembly passed, where they give them, look at, I don't know the one where they want to use for tomorrow, the Gazette, whatever, the Harmonize, the one where they don't Colobitis put inside. Whatever, as long as this 800k and the threshold, come on rent, this extremely poor people will pay tax. Now, compare this with Nigeria's new tax rule. What the new tax law says, 800k is tax exempt. Abi, income above this is taxed. Here is the problem. International extreme poverty line now 1.6 million naira per year. Nigeria tax exemption now 800k per year. Okay? This means a person can be internationally poor, World Bank standard poor, and still be taxed in Nigeria. Okay? So the statement poor people will be taxed is factually wrong. I'm not saying just wrong, but factually. Using fact, we are not showing so far. Factually, it is wrong. Okay? Why poor people will be taxed is misleading because poverty is not defined by the tax committee or tax master. Poverty is defined by international standards. The exemption 800k is inside poverty. Therefore, poor people will still pay tax. Now, the new tax law will tell us who they go tax. No be any human being. Because people, not emotional statements, define who is called the poverty capital of the world. Abi? You know, just because you hate Nigeria. Nigeria is now the poverty capital of the world. Oh, you hate? No. We earn that name because they use their standards. So why is Nigeria be called the poverty capital of the world? Or World Bank international poverty standards, not individual opinions or emotion. They define this label. Now facts are figures. Okay? Nigeria earned this label because Nigeria has the largest living below the global poverty line. Over 60 to 70 million Nigerians live on less than $3 per day. This comes from World Bank and UN reports. So when you say poor people in Nigeria, you are talking about tens of millions. Many earn above 800k per year. Many will still the tax that you are earning above this no mean say you know they poor. For international standards, not be below 800k, they define who they poor, no they poor. They get their own. This one might be the tax law. So this tax law, this value put head for inside poverty. Examples: say Mike earns about 4 naira per day. We divide that. Say monthly salary now 120k. Yearly now 1.44. International standard now 4 naira per day. Abi that is extreme poverty. Nigeria tax law now 800k they exempt. It means say Mike go pay tax. It means say poverty is be taxed. Example 2, Emeka he own say yearly na 1.46, the same thing is be taxed. The same thing with Adamu. If Adamu owe yearly na 1.8, monthly na 150, Adamu go pay tax. Okay? Poverty is be taxed here. Example 4, say minimum wages. People wey dey on minimum wages. At the end of the year, they go dey collect 840k. Monthly is this. Okay? It means say their daily equivalent na this amount 2,300. International standard, they are extremely poor. 800k, 40k go remain. If they want me to follow the law straightly, say you be salary earner, they work for what boutique, in short, this 40k, say the same to mama, so we pay tax.